Well, hey there, good morning, Proniacs, and happy hump day. It's been about 2.5 weeks probably since I last did this Pronoia mornings, and a lot's happened since then. During that time, we were going, since we closed on the house, we've been going through kind of a downturn. I found after that, I had so much success leading into it that it was bound to happen, and I didn't know at what capacity that it would come to, but it hasn't been massive and completely destructive, but it's been eye-opening and lesson learning. So what's happened is I've lost a couple of deals. I think I spoke about it in listings that I should have and I expected to gain in business to be able to sell their houses and learn from those experiences. Took those into a couple different listing appointments and was able to secure those deals. So it wasn't all for naught, but then it continued to take a downward spiral with not being able to represent people that I thought and expected I'd be able to help in purchasing their new homes or possibly selling their homes that they were currently living in. And it's just part of the downturn and the shift in the seasons. So this will happen to you. You'll have peaks and valleys, and it's not what happens to you, like I've said before, but the way that you respond. And the way that I've responded is I just basically the things that make me unhappy, that make me upset, angry, emotional, I ask questions. Like you do a 360 review of what happened, and you put yourself in the other person's shoes that maybe made the choices that led to your unhappiness, and you're like, well, how did this happen? What were they thinking, and how did they reach out to me, or what did I neglect and maybe not respond appropriately, and take full responsibility for what's happening during your downturn or your season. And you learn these lessons. Maybe I haven't kept up with them, or maybe I didn't have the right, a broad enough listing alert to send them the houses that they needed at an appropriate time. And I know the ones that I have missed have been like one day on the market quick sales. So it's being in the right place, the right time, definitely during this market helps a lot. But missing those opportunities, it not only hurts, but it helps you grow and learn that you need to continually work on relationships in order to gain people's trust, and for people to like you, and for people to know you, to continue to know you. Because after years, or maybe even after months, people start to get settled into different changes in their lives, and maybe you're not a part of that situation. And it's something that you need to become aware of, that continually checking and continually cultivating those relationships is very important. But ultimately, I go back to, there is a will that God has. There's God's will. It's God's plan. There is a perfect plan, and everything happens in perfect timing. So these lessons that you take away, know that it's just not a poke in the back, or a punch in the face, or a knife in the throat. It's lessons that you take away from it that aren't meant to harm and destroy, but to build up and to help you grow. So respond in that way, and see where that takes you, and how well your growth and exponentially increases. Because I know a lot of people that take the victim approach and just say, oh, well, this happened to me, and so boo-hoo, poor me. Oh, I'm so angry, now I'm gonna retaliate. I'm gonna take it out on somebody else, or I'm gonna use my anger for bad, instead of learning the lesson, or asking questions, or connecting with the other person and having those difficult conversations in order to grow, in order to understand, in order to connect better. So I hope that this helps you today. I know that this is something that I've needed to talk through, and I know that August is going to be the start of a season for continual exponential growth. for me because I've planned it that way. I've got several listings coming up. I've got things happening with the property management team that is going to be phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to that and looking forward to sharing these things as well. We're going through the triathlon season as well. So there's in August a couple of races that I'm looking forward to, and then the beginning of September is Plutonium Man, which is going to be a blast. Another Olympic-sized triathlon, Olympic length. And I'm looking to get Ty into those as well. He's expressed interest, and I'm trying to keep him interested and motivated to do it by sending him the links and the information on those races to sign up. And we'll see if he takes advantage of it. But we are in a mode of learning right now. So learn as much as you can today. Ask those questions of yourself and just reflect on the things that have happened to you, especially if they've made you unhappy, and put yourself in the other person's shoes and determine what it is that you've done to take responsibility for the actions that have happened in the environment that you put yourself in and the conditions that you're currently in. So thank you for joining me today. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Make sure those people know that you care about them today. Thank you for joining me.